More than 3,200 people arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement since President Trump took office in January.
With the Supreme Court clearing the way today for the Trump administration to resume deportations under a law from 1798, more deportations could be coming. Today, we're going to take a look at U.S. deportation stats and what the Supreme Court ruling means for immigration. We're also going to look at who's at risk of deportation and why thousands of students across the country are losing their visas before they get their degrees, and a local community rallying together to spread news of a local tutor facing deportation. The deportation of immigrants in the U.S. is our big story today.
Well, in the first 50 days of the Trump administration, Immigration, Customs and Enforcement, or ICE, has made more than 32,000 enforcement arrests. That is nearly surpassing the amount of arrests made in all of last year. Now, of the illegal immigrants arrested, Homeland Security says nearly half were convicted criminals, and about a third have pending criminal charges. 39 of those arrests were known or suspected terrorists. That's nearly triple the number of criminals arrested last year during the same time frame. In recent weeks, the number of immigrants self-deporting has also gone up. This comes just weeks after the Department of Homeland Security released a new CBP app with a self-deportation feature. In a note, the department urged those here illegally to use the app to submit their intent to depart, adding that it was the, quote, safest option. The Secretary of Defense, Kristi Noem, adding in a statement that the app gives illegal aliens the option to leave, so they may still have the opportunity to return legally in the future. But if they don't, quote, we will find them, we will deport them, and they will never return. That coming from Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem.
The Supreme Court is clearing the way for deportation proceedings under the Alien Enemies Act, but with stipulations. The ruling throws out a U.S. district judge order. President Donald Trump saying on social media it's, quote, a great day for justice. However, the Supreme Court says the men involved in the case can challenge the use of the Alien Enemies Act. They just have to do so in the district where they're detained. The justices also say anyone facing deportation under the wartime law should have that opportunity. It comes after ICE sent alleged Venezuelan gang members to an El Salvador prison while legal challenges were still playing out.
They actually, as a practical matter, can get to the courts and not be whisked away in the middle of the night like was originally done in this case.
The ACLU says they are disappointed by the ruling, but they're also claiming it as a victory.
Meantime, the IRS has reached a deal today with Homeland Security officials to share sensitive taxpayer data with federal immigration authorities. As part of the deal, the IRS will turn over information on undocumented immigrants, people that Homeland Security say are already facing deportation orders and being investigated for federal crimes.
Here in Northwest Ohio, a school tutor is facing deportation after entering the country legally.
Now, school leaders and the community now rallying around him, trying to change the decision. 13 Action News reporter Matt Mergen has the story.
We are good people. We are here to work and help America prosper as well and contribute to the advancement of the country.
Mark Roche is a tutor at Columbus Grove Local Schools and Lima City Schools. Roche is from Haiti and fled the country due to violence. He came to the United States through a legal pathway on a parole program. He's got a job at the schools, volunteers, leads youth groups, and teaches English classes. A few students at the school are from Haiti as well, and he's helped them learn English while being their role model. Roche recently learned that his parole program was being terminated and that he was given 30 days to self-deport from the country. That time frame expires near the end of April. Several school faculty members and students describe Mark as family and don't want him to be forced away from this community that he loves.
They connected with Mark right away. For him to be a part of their lives every single day has been amazing. Done nothing wrong, and so he followed the steps to come to this country. When that was changed, just didn't seem right.
The superintendent took to Facebook on the school's page to try and help his friend. They are rallying the community and hoping to gather more support. School officials, along with others who support Roche, have reached out to several government officials, and students are even writing letters.
The teachers, the staff, even some of my students wanting to write letters. It's been really cool to see.
Mark told me he hopes to stay and continue being a part of these kids' lives. He said he is grateful for the amount of support from the community.
I'm glad I can be one person that's there for them. It's a great feeling to see how much you're blessed and how much people here welcome you. We know that God always do what we can do. We do as much as we can.
Reporting at Columbus Grove Local Schools, Matt Mergen, 13 Action News.
Meanwhile, students who came to the U.S. looking for an education now in fear of being kicked out of the country before their degree is in hand. The Trump administration is taking away student visas at universities across the country, putting some international scholars at risk of deportation. Here in Ohio, students at the University of Cincinnati had their legal status terminated this month. The University of Cincinnati's president, in an email to students, called the visa terminations at his school, quote, deeply alarming. Now, it's not clear when those visas were revoked.
In Michigan, at Central Michigan University, they say the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has terminated the visas of several current and former international students. CBS News reports the cancellations were found during routine reviews. Neither the students nor the school were notified. However, the university says there have been no reports of U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement on campus. Students are also having their visas revoked at Michigan State University. And coming up on Action News at 10, you can hear from one of those students.
Meanwhile, we've also reached out to UToledo and BGSU to see if any international students have lost their visas. We have yet to hear back, but we will continue to cover the Trump administration's mass deportations, bring you the very latest on all policy changes. And you can stay informed by downloading the 13 Action News app.